Hey, what's going on everybody? I'm Just That Officer. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to introduce you to Officer Shitstorm. Who is Officer Shitstorm? Officer Shitstorm is that officer who likes to stir the pot and escalate situations. It's totally not necessary and it's very unprofessional. And it's causing us a lot of problems. Because all those YouTube videos you see out there causing a lot of these riots and protests and madness that's going on in the world right now are because of Officer Shitstorms. So yeah, we need to cut that out. So if you feel like you are this officer who likes to create needless conflict, then maybe you need to reevaluate yourself and either better yourself or maybe just get out of the job because this job just isn't for you. Today's video is actually a great example of Officer Shitstorm, how you can quickly escalate a situation that didn't really need to be escalated and could have probably ended better, maybe had the same result, but at least you would have behaved more professionally. So let's just get right into the video. We're going to break it down at certain points and then we'll talk about it more at the end. All right, guys, let's go. Oh, I almost forgot. So this video actually happened back in 2016. This is an incident that occurred out of Taylor, Michigan. So maybe you've seen this video before, maybe you haven't, but I think it's a good video to put on the channel and kind of break down and explain things to you guys. Basically, this officer pulls this vehicle for running a stop sign. If you pay close attention in the beginning of the video, on the right side of the screen, you will see this vehicle run that stop sign. Officer stops the vehicle and then just escalates from there. So let's check it out. So he's going to be stopping this silver car right here. And as you can see right here, over on this side of the video, is a stop sign. And he clearly rolls that stop sign. You can actually see it from the dash cam.
Stop. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, man?
You have your driver's license vehicle information on you?
What's going on?
I'd be happy to tell you once I see who I'm talking to, alright?
I need you to let me know, like, what's going on, like, what happened?
Like I said, I'd be happy to tell you once I see information.
I'm not giving you my information until you tell me what you pulled me over for.
Alright, sir. Failure to give me my information is an arrestable offense, okay? So you can either do this the easy way or the hard way, alright?
Alright, so right off the bat here, we're escalating the situation. Alright. He didn't even tell you who he was or who he worked for. And he didn't tell you the reason for the stop. And the guy is simply just asking, hey, why'd you stop me, man? You stopped me for no reason? I mean, that can scare people. So it's standard policy for most departments to introduce yourself right out of the back, who you work for, and the reason for the stop. That's in my department policy. It's literally written in our policy. And it should be standard and common courtesy for any driver that you pull over that you introduce yourself so they know that you're a police officer, who you work for, and why you're stopping them. Why not tell them? Why do we just ask for information and refuse to give it to them? You're escalating a situation.
I need to know what you're pulling me over for.
I'm going to tell you once I see information, alright?
I got information, but I'm not giving you my information until you tell me what you pulling me over for.
Here's the deal. Either give me your ID or you go to jail. How about that?
Put this on camera, man, because we're not dealing with this.
Give me your ID.
I need to know why you pulling me over.
Give him your ID.
Okay, so real quick, it works both ways here, right? So yes, this officer's escalating things, but at the same time, he is giving you a lawful order to, or giving this guy a lawful order to give him his ID and his driver's license. All right, he needs to see that stuff. That's a requirement by law. He's doing everything so far correctly by law, but not by professionalism, right? So this guy could have easily just gave this officer his identification and registration and all the stuff he was asking for, and maybe it wouldn't have gone any further. But let's see where it goes.
Detail 5 radio. I'll be on the stop, entrance to the parks. Can you send me another car? I have a uncooperative occupant.
Hold up. So this officer hasn't even called out the stop yet. He just says, I'm on a stop. That's a huge, like, safety thing right there. So besides all the other things, let's just point out the fact that he didn't call out the stop yet. He stopped this guy. He's gone up to him. He's already basically told him that he's going to end up going to jail, all this stuff. And he hasn't even called out the actual traffic stop yet. If this officer would have got an altercation prior to calling out that stop, nobody would have known where he was at if he would have got shot or something like that. So just to point out a safety concern.
Last chance.
Detail 31. I need to know why you put in
Give him your RG.
Where's he again? The entrance to the park. From the park. What you put him over for? Is my tags expired? And my lights out?
I'd be happy to tell you, sir. Silver Kia Forte, plate of David Charles Edwards, 0130 DCE 0130, 3 times.
You supposed to tell me what's going on, man.
Are you a lawyer, sir?
Hey, I'm representing myself right now.
Okay.
Because to be honest with you, I have a right to remain silent, right? So I could just sit here and ignore you.
No, you can't, sir.
I don't answer any questions.
Okay. Well, it's going to turn out very poorly for you.
It's fine, but you're not telling me what's going on, and that ain't right.
I'm gonna tell you what the deal is. You're probably suspended, so you don't want to give me your license.
I don't have to give you my information.
Okay.
Tell me what's going on. And that ain't right, because I just renewed my tags in October 2015.
Okay.
So my tags is good. So, am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go. This is an investigatory stop, all right?
This is the who stop?
Sir, you want to
You said what, sir?
All right. It's going to end poorly for you now. How about that?
I'm just saying, you got to let me know what's going on.
All right, here's the deal.
For all I know, you could be trying to kill me right now.
You're absolutely ridiculous, all right?
I don't care.
All right,
Because
step out of the car.
It's been 2 minutes. I'm not stepping out the car until you tell me what's going on.
All right, open the door.
Hey, put this on camera. Put this on camera. You gotta let me know what's going on, man. You're not doing it.
You're going to jail is what's going on.
For what? You ain't. What charges? On what charges? Wow.
Get out of the car now. Yo, my shit, my shit, get out of the car. Yo, my shit, my shit, get out of the car. Yo, my shit, my shit, get out of the car. Get out of the car, man. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Let me get out of the car. Okay, get out.
Get out of the car!
You ain't getting out of the fucking car. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. On the ground. Put your hand behind your back.
Me too.
Your hands, man. Put your hand behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back. You got it, shoot.
Yeah.
Get out of the car. Put your hands, man. Get out of the car now.
Yeah.
Hey, watch that. There's a knife right here. His or his? No, it's mine. It's yours? Okay. Yeah, I threw it over there.
Step out of the vehicle.
My wallet and I got my meds.
Put your hands on the car.
I'm sorry?
Put your hands on the car.
Don't touch my phone.
Get it out of your hand. Put your hand on the car.
Grab my phone! Police brutality. Police brutality. Police brutality. I ain't even doing nothing.
You listen to what we're saying? Oh, you're going to jail too.
Real simple. I ain't want to see that. Don't matter.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll you over, right? Listen. Roll you over. Get your knees, stand up. Get your knees up. Ready? I'm gonna lift you up. 1, 2, 3, get up. Come on, right back here.
All right, guys, so let's go back a little bit here. Let's go back right here.
I'm not stepping out the
Who just showed up? See the stripes on the arm sleeve? That's a sergeant. All right. Sergeant shows up on scene.
car.
All right.
Until you tell me
Walks
what's
up.
going on.
All right, open the door.
Hey, put this on camera. Put this on camera.
Yeah, he sees his officer saying, you open the door, things like that. But doesn't ask what's going on. Doesn't say, hey, man, what you got? All right. Like a good sergeant should say, hey, man, what you got before we go into this? What do you got? Tell me what the situation is, and we'll go from there. Because he could have told him what was going on, and then maybe the sergeant could have just talked to him for a second, maybe resolve this whole thing. You know, be a good supervisor, all right? Instead, he just gloves up and is like, all right, it's go time. Also, who do we have over here to the left? We got some young kids who are watching a bunch of police officers about to rip a guy out of his car. And it really looks bad. And what are these kids going to grow up to think? They're going to be like, oh, and they're going to be scared of the police. They're going to avoid the police, and they're going to think the police are bad. And that's not what we want.
On what charge?
And watch that again. Why? I mean, did you try the door more, or try to say, hey, you need to open the door, I'm going to break the glass? Didn't say anything, just straight up pulled on the glass, broke it, and went to go time. Well, guys, yeah. I mean, do you think that the officer could have done a better job at de-escalating the situation? Maybe if he would have just acted more professional, went up to the car and said, hey, I'm Officer Shitstorm with the Taylor Police Department. The reason I stopped you today is that you ran a stop sign back there, right? Can I see your license and registration, please? Maybe it would have gone completely different. The guy would have gave you his license and everything like that, and it would have just been a normal traffic stop. But instead, he refused to tell this guy why you stopped him, why? To me, that just tells me that you were hoping for an escalation, that you were hoping to take this guy to jail, which is completely wrong. So that's my opinion, guys. I think he totally entirely escalated the situation. It was unprofessional. It makes us look very bad. And as a sergeant, if you are a sergeant, you need to go to that scene and pull the guy back, pull your officer back and say, what do you got before you start going through all this stuff? Because then it just makes you look bad. Hold on. Or just go up to the car and be like, hey, sir, I'm Sergeant so-and-so with this department. What's going on today? Is there anything I can help with? Calm the situation. Try to make it better. Now, could it have still ended this way? Yeah, there's a high chance it could have still ended that way. He could have been completely professional, and the guy could have still been an a-hole and not give him his information, things like that. And then it could have still gone to this way of smashing the window and getting him out of the car. But at least you would have done everything you could to calm the situation and try to handle it the best you can before getting to that point. All right, just be professional, do your job, be kind to others, think about other people's lives. So think about you in that position. You just got pulled over by an officer. Is that how you would want that officer to behave to you? So just think about that, guys, as for my fellow officers and everything like that. And from a civilian standpoint, just understand that this is not how all officers behave. Not most officers do not behave this way. And most of the officers that do behave this way either get fired, let go, quit, or they get evaluated on these kind of situations and be like, oh, pull back. I need to better myself as an officer, and they fix it. But yeah, this is a terrible example of a police officer. So I want to know what you guys think. So leave some comments down below. Do you think this officer was totally fine in doing what he did? Do you think he was totally wrong? Do you think the guy was totally wrong for doing what he did and how he behaved? I'm really curious to know what you guys think. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.